I'm showing you 5 repeating licks today, not to memorize, but to help you break out of your usual patterns. If you're okay sounding rough while you figure them out, you'll come out with solos that people actually remember. Let's get into it. Lick number 1 is one of my favorite repeating licks. Here we're playing with the D minor blues scale, and what's interesting about this one is the rhythm pattern. We are playing quintuplets, which means 5 notes per beat. That's what gives it that irregular feeling. Quintuplets always make me feel like you're floating over the beat. I don't know why, it's probably Eric Johnson's fault. It also makes a great picking exercise, since most of the notes are picked except for the C, pull off to A. I use alternate picking along the lick. But there's one spot where I use the same upstrokes to hit 2 notes, the A and the C sharp after the pull-up. This pattern can be applied to many different scales, for example, or something in A natural minor, or F Lydian. You get the idea. Quintuplets keep repeating licks from feeling too square, adding motion and making them unpredictable. They stretch the space between the beats just enough to make the player feel the rhythm differently. It's a way to break out of standard triplets or 16-note patterns and give your solos a rhythm that feels fresh and a bit unexpected. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. This second lick is a classic. I learned it from a John Sykes solo with Whitesnake, but I'm sure it's been played by many other players. There are a few ways to play it. You can play it all legato, or combine legato and picking, or all picked. I don't remember if John Sykes picked all the notes or he used legato, but you can play it how you want it. We're using E minor pentatonic here, but you can play it in any scale because of the way the notes are organized. It's the pattern that's important. That's why it's so useful. You learn the pattern and then you can apply it in a lot of different ways. It's a very effective intensity builder for a rock solo. Repeating patterns let you focus on rhythm and phrasing instead of thinking note by note. They help you lock into the groove and keep your hands moving without getting stuck searching for the next idea. It's how players can improvise and still sound confident because they are leaning on a shape they know works while shaping how it feels with timing, accents and dynamics. Lick number 3 is super versatile. It's very similar to the previous one, but let's add something new. We can start from a basic repeating pattern and then we can move it up or down the neck following the scale with the same pattern. You can play it all pick or all legato like this, or a mix. But the same pattern applies for combination between the 3rd and 4th strings, string 4 and 5, and string 5 and 6. Moving repeating patterns around the neck connects your solos to the harmony and make things sound even more intense. Instead of staying locked in one position, you are following the chords, and that makes the solo feel like it's part of the song and not just floating over it. It also helps you see the fretboard as one connected map, so you're not boxed into a single shape or area when improvising. Lick number 4 is in the A minor blues scale. If I remember right, I'm pretty sure I stole this from Nuno Bettencourt, but it could also be from Richie Kotzen or someone else. Another super versatile lick. It's in position 4 of the minor blues scale, so you can transpose it to any key at using in position 4 too. It also works really well for picking practice. The secret here is short picking movement and trying to keep the pick inside the space between strings 3 and 4. Also, mark the accent. Mark it, use the accent as your anchor, it will help you stay in tempo. Accents give repeating licks a pulse and prevent them from sounding mechanical. They help you feel where the strong and weak beats are, so the lick sits naturally in the rhythm. Without accents, even a good lick can sound flat or like an exercise. With accents, the same notes suddenly have shape, dynamics, and attitude, and that's what makes a repeating lick feel musical instead of robotic. Lick number 5 is more of a phrasing idea than just a lick. It's not as flashy, but it's just as effective. The concept behind it is really useful. Hendrix used this a lot, and so did Robin Trower and many others. When you're improvising or jamming and you find a melody you like, hang on to it, repeat it, and suddenly it becomes the center of the solo, the theme. So this lick is here to remind you that repeating a melody you came up with can be a very effective way to create momentum in a solo. Repetition can turn a simple melody into the main theme of a solo. It gives you something solid to come back to instead of jumping between ideas. When you repeat a phrase, you start finding ways to change it a little each time, like the rhythm, the bends, or where you play it on the neck. That's how a phrase starts feeling like the main idea people remember. Here's how you can start building your own repeated licks. Find the phrase you like, mess around with, try different patterns, picking patterns, legato runs, bending shapes, until you hit on something that feels worth repeating. Once you got it, don't just leave it as an idea. Drop it into a solo. Test it out in your next improvisation or jam. And if you like how it sounds, write it down or record it. That lick is yours now. The fun part is that maybe someone else hears you play it, goes home, tries it, changes a few notes, and suddenly it's theirs too. That's how it always works, from the first person who picked up the guitar until now. A massive collaboration between millions of players, each adding their own twist. Each of these licks works individually, but the real point is that most of the time, great players don't treat rhythm and melody as separate things. Repeating licks help you connect them, so your solo feels like one idea rather than a bunch of random phrases. Pick one lick each day and loop it. Build a short jam around it, and let your hands explore and notice what changes. You are not copying the licks, you are learning how to create phrasing the same way the best players do. And if you want to keep improving your playing, this is the video that you have to watch. I'll see you there.